continue. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pull up. All right. So, hello, it's the F Nerd Show. I'm here with Chico Thomas. Blah 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 blah.
What's up with it,
Uh,
nerd?
I'm here. I'm here. You're here. Uh, let's talk about something that's irrelevant now. It's long
Yeah, it's
past
gonna cool
due.
down. It's gonna cool down a little bit.
But so recently, in the last 6 months or so, like 6 months ago, someone made fun of my. They didn't make fun of me, but they made fun of my
Music.
musical choices. And so I started listening to a bunch of Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole specifically.
Oh
And then the
wow.
J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar beef that didn't turn to anything happened.
Yeah.
And then it's just been nothing but glorious eatings for everybody for the last couple weeks.
Yep.
Uh
Facts.
what do you know about just tell me
Everything.
what you know. I don't know
All right.
anything
So
about
pretty
anything.
much, it's been like from what I've been like back and forth, like subtle little shots of those are throwing shade at each other throughout the years over here and again. And what's crazy is it's like they did previous songs before, like when they first was like in the 2010, 2011 when they was first like up and coming artists and um, Kendrick Lamar went to tour on Drake and everything, blah 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 blah. Throughout the test of time, then it became clear that Drake was the more commercial, successful artist with all the deals and the money, more money. But Kendrick has always been, as a West Coast rapper, he's always been like the I wouldn't say heart and soul, but he's like he. It's like it's a saying I go by. I've said it a few times. It's like for Kendrick Lamar music, he made conscious rap commercial. And like when I say conscious rap, it's like makes you think about a rap like growing up in the black 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 community in Compton and West Coast, like gangs, shit like that, poverty, all that, single mothers on welfare, shit like that, et cetera, et cetera. So he made conscious rap popular. And then it really came to a boil like after it really came to boil when J. Cole and Drake they kind of made some songs together. They dropped a song called First Person Shooter. And in First Person Shooter, they pretty much said they're the top two in the game, like pretty much saying Kendrick is irrelevant because he hadn't produced um any albums like the past 5 years before Mr. Morale, and he was been kind of quiet. But yeah, and then so after that, then Kendrick Lamar out of nowhere, because I didn't even know he was gonna have a feature on Future and Metro Boomin's upcoming album. Not like not this it's not called Not Like Us, it's called I Don't Trust You. And then they had a feature on Like That, which just came out as a surprise for me. And
All
that's when
right,
it really
pause.
kind of everything started boiling after that feature, that Like That feature. When Kendrick Lamar just said, fuck the big three, it's just big me. So pretty much saying fuck J. Cole, fuck Drake. And that's
Not
what
just
started
that.
the
Not just that. So I'm glad you started with like that. I had the lyrics pulled up. I'm not going to go
yeah,
through all the lyrics, but there's a couple things.
a
It's
couple
just
of crazy
like,
ones.
well, the whole song though, even before it gets to the Kendrick Lamar
Yeah,
feature, it's basically, uh, I think it's like it's saying a bunch of stuff people do, and then he's
yeah,
like, "Is you like that?" And I'm
yeah.
implying I think they're talking to they're all talking to Drake in a way,
Yeah, they're
like,
throwing there was
"Oh, so you're
future
doing
songs.
this, right?
Yep.
Huh? You're doing that, huh?"
Yeah,
Uh,
yep. Because
and
then they like the future. What are you gonna say?
I do notice in a lot of Drake songs, he does over use like, "Oh, I'm gonna go and shoot you," or "We're gonna come and attack," or some like a lot of things that
Yeah,
obviously is hyperbole, and like and in a lot of these songs, especially how Kendrick has been using it, it's more metaphorical, whereas
yeah, a lot
Drake
of
says it
yeah,
just sort of willy nilly, just like,
yep.
"Oh, I just be doing stuff all the time." It's like, no,
Drake
you
makes the
don't.
pop music. Kendrick makes you think with some double entendres and some metaphor. You like, whoa, you're not even gonna realize what he said until you hear like that happened to me a few times. I'm like, oh damn, I didn't pick up what he said until I listened to it like 3, 10 times later. Just how, yeah, it's crazy how hip hop works like that. But yeah,
Man, uh, it's just interesting. Uh, so then let me get down here. Let me see. Oh, basically just so another thing. another thing is though. So the like that song came out. I the one thing I don't know is like who else did this is against Drake?
Oh man, there's
Do you
quite a
know about
few.
that?
Cause it's like, cause I've been saying it for a while, but I'll just get back to who all was dissing Drake. It was Rick Ross who kind of threw some been dissing Drake because he invited his after Rick Ross unfollowed Drake for some reason. I guess Drake was just acting funny. Drake invited one of Rick Ross's baby mamas to one of his concerts, and Rick Ross didn't like that, and so he dropped a diss track called Champagne Moments, which is a pretty good song. The Weeknd has also been known to have quite a like because The Weeknd was supposed to be signed to OVO, which is Drake's label. He been kind of even though he ghostwrote a few songs for Drake, like he wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want to be under the OVO label, so it's like kind of shade back and forth. And they're both Toronto people, so like it gets crazy with
Oh,
that. And then it's like
that's
Future,
interesting.
Future has some issues apparently. Like Drake was talking to one of the women he used to be with or date with, so I don't know. It's like a lot of stuff. A lot of it is women problems, like talking to somebody someone else has talked to, and also Metro Boomin. He's like also has a few problems with Drake. I don't know exactly what his issue was with Drake,
I
but it's
do
just all
like
coming to surface.
I
Yeah,
that the BBL Drizzy one.
yeah, that's kind of catchy, ain't it?
Yeah, at first I was like, this seems a little basic, but then I'm like, I think about it more and more. I'm like, it's actually pretty good. And I listened to the original song because there's an
Yeah,
original song,
it's a sample. Yeah.
and it's actually pretty good. I liked it a
And you want to
lot.
know what's funny about BBL Drizzy is
Hmm.
because though he didn't may not actually had a actual BBL, he actually did have like you can get actual like doctors, plastic surgery and stuff nowadays. I think he got like abs put in on some like some kind of machine. It's like it's called a veto or something. Kendrick made a reference to it in Euphoria, I think. But it's some kind of surgery that plastic surgery you can get to give you abs without having to do the work to get the abs. And so like Drake had that, and I kind of knew I like it's been for me. I've noticed stuff. That's what I'm like when I be calling Drake corny and stuff. I've kind of noticed all the things he be doing like outside of the music. I'm like, man, this man is doing some corny stuff. I'm like, bro, you just being weird. He's like just addicted to the fame too much. So yeah, so he had the ab surgery to get his abs, and then when people noticed that he got the abs that the plastic surgery to get the abs, he got it removed so he can go back to his natural self. And now I guess it just
Wow.
and so that's now when he does touring and concert, he doesn't like he wears clothes to like cover like to hide the plastic surgery stuff he got done and stuff like
Oh
that.
my
So it's
god.
just for me, it's just like for me, it feel like because Drake is like damn near pushing 40, and for me, I feel like for Drake,
Whoa.
he just loves the limelight too much, and he just addicted to the limelight, and now stuff's coming up to him, and then a lot of things are starting to catch up to him, and he just still trying to stay hip and relevant with the youth. That's why you see him with the new age artists trying to stay
Interesting.
relevant.
So Kendrick Lamar is 36. I didn't even think about looking up their ages.
Yeah,
Uh, and Drake is he's probably what?
39, I believe.
He's 37.
37? Wow,
Yeah,
37. No.
but not too far different. But that is an interesting idea. Uh, and I did see the image of Drake when he had it was so like and obviously like, I saw all this after all this beef was going up. But just the angle he took, it's like obviously the ab angle that people like to take, but the way the light was catching, you could kind of see like the little
Yeah, exactly.
parts and stuff. I'm like, oh, that is
And if
interesting.
and if you
Oh, and
Google
also,
it, that's what
mhm,
it's veto was called. But continue. My bad.
also there was he was making fun of the cornrows that Drake got. I think
Yeah.
was that recent?
No, it's not recent. It's like I would say in the past few years. But like usually Drake would be famous for, but I'm not gonna knock Drake for having cornrows because he has the hair. His parents like makes people get cornrows. It doesn't really matter, but
I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. Look,
yeah.
and this is another thing I do want to address actually, the colorism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's where it really gets crazy.
And but I do think though Kendrick in his own songs does re-clarify. Obviously, at first he is sort of attacking like Drake's like skinnedness
Yeah.
uh and at first I was like, that is interesting. Being a mixed person myself, and I'm like, interesting. But he does clarify later. He is like, I don't know, it might have been Meet the Grams or
Yeah, it was
uh
probably the grams.
where
Was it
he
more of
basically
them? Yeah, what were you gonna say?
he basically was like, uh, it's not the fact that you're light skinned that makes you not black. It's the fact that you're not being authentic to
Yeah,
yourself,
exactly.
and you're just
Yeah,
being. There's a lot of comparisons I've heard to, like Drake was like Thanos, and he's just collecting all these other rap artists that with specific demographics to try to give him this image
yeah,
of something
exactly.
more,
Yeah,
more what we think of when we
exactly.
think of a rapper. Whereas
And
he could have
man,
been,
facts.
I think, if he was just rapping about Canada
Yeah, if he
or
would just
whatever.
stuck to what he knew, like stuck to what makes him what stuck to the early years, Drake, the good, the yeah, the vibes, Drake, not to when you get to talking out of your lane and it just gets to and one thing about the internet, they can always find these receipts and a lot of receipts, stuff that I've been saying are like more receipts are coming up to light now. Like, with not even just the colorism thing, but like the pedophilia angles, like with the Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things, like bro, he was
Oh,
texting her at 14 years old about boys.
I heard about
What?
that when I was literally watching. I think it came out around season 2 of Stranger Things. That was a story. I was like, that's pretty weird. Uh, and what's funny is Drake brought up Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Kendrick didn't bring up Millie Bobby Brown a single, not one
I
time.
don't he brought it up. He's snitching on himself, really.
Seriously. Uh, oh my goodness.
And there's been that's just only one. It's like been I've seen multiple reports throughout the years, like like famous you got money, you can like rent out a restaurant and close it down and just have all the service for you. He's did that a lot of times with underage, like 14 to
Hmm.
17. He did a lot. So it's a lot of, I'm not gonna
Well,
throw that G word around, but hey, it's getting kind of hey, it's getting up
uh,
there like, whoa, you gotta crazy.
it's a separate thing, but the things that's been going on with Diddy right now,
Yeah,
but
facts.
and that footage from the hotel, like I didn't know that was a thing. Like these artists could like buy out even the whole floor so that they could secure that footage.
Yo,
And I
yep,
guess somebody got their hands on that footage and they leaked that out. But it's
yep.
ah
And did he probably pay for that footage to be when it first happened? He probably paid for that footage to be erased or something. He thought it was, but somebody got there's always a copy in today's digital era. It's
yeah.
always somebody's gonna have a copy. You can never trust it. So yeah, yeah,
Oh
shit
my
crazy.
goodness. Just a quick little thing on the Diddy thing. What you think of it? Were you a fan of Diddy?
Nah, not really. I was a fan of like some of the work he did with Biggie in like the early 90s. Then I started hearing about like some of the shady business practices he did, not always paying his artists like the money they was due. Like pretty much whatever made him the billionaire mogul you know him today before the allegations, it came off of the work of other artists and stuff. So not really the biggest fan of Diddy, I would say. I wouldn't say. At first, like when he did some of the movies he did, I was like, okay, he's funny. I was like, I know, but then some of like Get Him to the Greek was like one of the only movies I know
Yes.
Diddy in. I was like, okay, he's kind of funny, but like,
He was funny again to the
yeah. Then when
Greek.
I started hearing all these allegations, I was like, yeah, see, hey man,
Oh,
people
did
get
you
a little
see
bit
the
of
joke?
money.
Did you see when he was dressed up as a Joker?
Nah,
Hold
I
on,
did.
hold on. I'm gonna find this image or this video. This is just a small Diddy tangent.
They
Hold
call
on.
him the diddler now.
Yeah, yeah, I bet he regrets calling himself Diddy. Do you know who Michael J. Ferguson is?
I don't think so, but that name sounds familiar.
He's on Power, apparently.
Oh, Michael J. Let me look it up real quick. Michael J.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if you can see the. Oh, wait, hold on.
TV with another exclusive.
Oh wait.
Diddy got into an altercation last night on Halloween with Power Series
Oh yeah, I
actor Michael
recognize
J.
him.
Ferguson.
I
We don't
recognize him.
know
I've
for
seen him in
sure what
stuff.
lead up
Yeah,
to it.
Hold on. I
Allegedly,
think we're
Diddy
gonna
was
play
in
the
a fight
video in a
with the
second.
Joker
it
actor.
is.
It appears Michael was ready to throw hands with Diddy, who he taught was just some random guy. Diddy looked like
Oh,
he
come
was
on,
ready.
sing it, play the video. Oh, here we go.
This playing.
Diddy's in the Joker.
Yeah, that's can't even tell that's Diddy. That shit crazy. Yeah, they just talking and trying to cool him down. It look like.
Basically, he was just Diddy recognized, I guess, Michael J. Ferguson, because they're famous and they're like, hey. But obviously, they didn't recognize Diddy because he's in an elaborate Joker costume.
Yeah, facts. I didn't even
And,
really recognize it unless I heard him talk.
and then the other guy, he was just like, what are you thinking? Who are you? Get off me. And then Diddy was like, oh, whoa, you want to fight that? All right. Just on a hair trigger, just ready.
Yep.
But it got cleared up eventually. But uh, yeah, the Diddy stuff is weird. But in to get back to the Kendrick and Drake stuff, even in one of Kendrick's songs when he was talking about Cat Williams, is now he busted out a bunch of people on the Shannon Sharp
Oh
show,
yes. Yep. That's what really
and
fucked everything up.
yeah, and so now I think a lot of people are like, oh, so if we could just throw some names out there, let's throw some names out there,
Yep. Put the whole
which is
world in
interesting.
disarray.
Yes. Uh, I now let me ask you this now: do you think Drake is a pedophile?
Yeah, man. Yes, bro. I do. I've seen too many. Like you see it once, maybe somebody like lied. You see it once or twice, like, okay, maybe someone lied about their age, said they was 18 when they was like 17 or 16. But you see her like more than once. There's like so many because I like to confirm the facts, but I've already like some of this stuff I already know. Like I've seen Instagram posts where like you could see the date timestamp. You can look at the person's name, you see their age, or why they're taking intimate photos like that, et cetera, et cetera. Why is he whining and dying? Bro, there was a clip of him at a concert. He asked what her name was. I mean, how old she was. He said 17. He was like, "Oh man, I can't keep my hands." And then he proceeds to kiss her and hug her and touch on her. I'm like, that after that, I was like, "Oh man." So it's just receipts on top of receipts being, and then it's like, yeah, it's just all. So I'm definitely believing like a lot of some of them might not all of them might be true. I've seen some that he had to pay settlements that like it could have been he said she said, but a lot of them more than others. I'm seeing like the facts to go with it, like the articles. You're gonna if you do enough research, you're gonna find the articles that happens. And then Billie Eilish, another person he hit with like when she was like 16, 17. So it's like, man, it's just famous celebrities, Instagram models. It's like, man, he might got a thing for the younger people. So it's like, oh man, it's all bad. I see me, I like the old Drake when he was just making good music and not feeling himself too much. But now he just addicted to the fame and just getting weird.
You know how many Drake songs I know?
Probably like one or two.
All right, I'm trying to name them all right now. There were something something on my cell phone.
Yeah,
That one.
he used to call me. Yeah, that was a pop song that one of the hit singles.
And then
I'm
two
playing.
phones, one for the plug and one for
That's
the
Kevin
hose.
Gates.
That's not Drake?
No, that's Kevin Gates. I got two phones. Yeah, that's Kevin Gates.
So I know one Drake song?
That's
Wait.
Hotline Bling. You probably know God's Plan too. I heard that a lot.
Yeah,
God's
I feel like
Plan.
it. Yeah.
God, yeah.
It's
And then Kendrick
maybe
Lamar
not.
had a bar off that God's Plan. It was like, man, he said something about God's Plan to something about alive, pretty much saying he used the Drake song God's Plan against him by calling him like bringing out his what he really be doing. I was like, damn, that's hey,
Yeah.
hey, and also like Kendrick, I've always said like, man, I've always said like Kendrick Lamar is like one of the greatest of this generation for me, and like all time I have Nas, then Kendrick Lamar, and and because I've always been like, bro, from if you heard Kendrick Lamar's verse on Control, which was like when he first got into the game, like he pretty much was going at all the rappers in the industry saying y'all don't want to smoke with him, and from then it was like I was like, damn, he coming like that. And so that was just when he was fresh coming into the game, like no one really knew who he was. And now it's like Kendrick just does certain things artistry, lyrically, he can just do. He's like, he just gets to that mode. You just like, oh man, you don't woke up the boogeyman. It's like a movie reference. You knock onto the mirror, you scream blood, you say Bloody Mirror, say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times, and the monster comes out. That's what you wake up Kendrick, you woke up a beast. And I be trying to tell people. But and now they see what happens with Euphoria, which I was cool with, just Euphoria dropping the disc then, because I heard Euphoria the day I was leaving to go to vacation in Europe, and then I heard Euphoria as I was leaving. I was like, damn, this nigga going off. And then I heard the next day it's like Meet the Grams, 616 in LA, and then the final
Mm-hmm.
hit knockout puncher, Not Like Us. I was like, bro, it's just haymakers, haymakers. It's just going back and forth. Because Drake did have a good diss track with Family Matters was pretty good.
Uh-uh.
I like
Let
the
me
show.
pause here. Family Matters, it's not good.
You didn't like it?
Every time I listen to it, and it happened today even when I
Yeah,
listened to it again, and somewhere in the middle of the song, I'm like, this is still going.
yeah. It's like
Whereas, like, I think some people were making fun of Kendrick for how often he changes his beats, but there's
yeah.
like a good 3 minute chunk where it's the same beat and Drake is in the same sort of monotone, like, and
Yeah, it's like Drake going to the old Drake because a lot of time, like what I appreciate in an artist when they can do like the 180 beat flip, like just go from one flow with one beat selection and just do a complete 180, which Drake did, and he did a lot with his a lot with his nothing was the same. Drake he did that quite a few of different songs, which I appreciate. So I kind of from that I like Family Matters, but it was just overshadowed because as soon as he dropped Family Matters, then Not Like Us was dropped a few hours later, and then
dude,
when I heard,
exactly. And he
yeah, so it
even
just
name
ruined
drops Family
everything.
Matters in Not Like Us at like towards the end of the song, which is like, oh, he's like the Family Matters and the truth of the matter or
Yeah,
something.
like he used like I didn't even like bro. When I heard the he used the song against him again, I was like, oh my god.
It
And
literally
then when
came
the
out like hours later. It's like,
yeah, and then
wow.
like because when I first like bro, when I say the first time I heard Not Like Us, the night before, that whole night I was partying and clubbing, drinking and getting. I was not expecting anything. I came back to my room and everything, and someone sends me tell me listen to Not Like Us. I hear that, I just go berserk. Like me being the ultimate Kendrick fan that I am, and I know quite a few people who are on like who are big fans of Drake who like want to side with Drake, but I'm like, yeah, they was ducking my calls, so like they know. I was
Oh
like
my god.
really excited.
I loved watching reaction videos of the
Yeah.
Drake of the people who are on Drake's side, and then they listen
Yep.
to and then they're slowly they're like, and then by the end
Damn.
they're like, what? They're like going
Yeah.
crazy, like, okay, it's good. And
And
even when
then
he
with
gets to the A minor,
yeah, you trying to strike a chord, but it's probably a minor. I was like, no, this Kendrick is snapping.
and
Oh my god. Because that's the only thing they were saying for Kendrick could do is he couldn't make all his disses sound like a hit, which Drake did, like with push-ups and like a radio single hit. But what Kendrick did, Not Like Us, he made that into like an actual radio single hit while dropping disses. And another thing I've seen is like Kendrick had like 10 plus songs of disses, like you just had him in the studio working. He was just like, it's like, so he was just in that mode. And I tried to tell people Kendrick was gonna drop a response. They was like, after Drake dropped his push ups and tailor made freestyle, like talking about Kendrick's deal and
the
working
Taylor
for
made
also
one was so bad.
another thing I don't know if you knew, you know how he brought up how Drake brought up Taylor Swift, how you gotta for Kendrick's job he has to pretty much kiss Taylor Swift's ass. You know, Meet the Grams, it was produced by Taylor Swift's producer. So I was like, man, it's just a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
that would don't ever
levels.
go after the Swifties. Don't try it.
Yeah,
It's not
facts.
gonna work. It'll never work.
Facts.
Like,
It just got crazy.
man, oh my god, I can imagine Taylor Swift giving up like Kendrick Lamar a phone call, like, you
You
need a
ready?
place to record, you need
Yeah.
something,
Oh yeah,
man.
because I think Kendrick Lamar and Taylor Swift did a song a few years ago.
They did a
On a
song
remix.
together. Oh my
Yeah, I
god,
think they yeah. Let me
I'm in my Taylor Swift deep dive now. Oh my god, it's such a weird juxtaposition going from Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole to Taylor Swift, but
yeah. Let me. I'm finna look up because there was one part of like that I want to tell you about because it was also taking shots at For the Dogs, like For All the Dogs, which is the previous Drake album. So, but yeah, let me see what song he was on Taylor Swift with.
uh, I wanted to look at one more thing. Oh, so the Meet the Grams thing though. Oh
Yeah.
my god. But what I like about Meet the Grams is I'm looking at the lyrics. It's a wall of lyrics, but it's still interesting to listen to. I wasn't bored in the middle of it like I was with
He
Family
was talking
Matters.
to his son pretty much. He was like, "I'm sorry, your father's a B word. I'm sorry you was born into this crazy
Well,
messed up family." He was
he
pretty much
said to his son, then to his
yeah,
mother, then
and
to
to
his
his dad.
father.
Yeah, it got. When he dropped that, I was like, "Oh man, this is getting kind of disrespectful. It's getting kind of nasty." But
Yeah,
I
but
was
why I
like,
like it, like like in all the songs he did, Meet the Grams, he probably has the least amount of curses in. It's literally just him
Yeah,
saying words.
he just talking bad about Drake. He just like, man, when it's I feel bad for his son because his son is gonna hear this. One school, somebody's gonna show him like when he gets to about that age, somebody's gonna like, remember that time your dad got smoked by Kendrick Lamar? But the song with Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar was Bad Blood. Yeah, yeah. If you're hearing that,
Oh, wow, really?
yep. So that might have been
Interesting.
an angle for Drake saying, but I think so. But yeah. Yeah, Drake said something, and then Kendrick Lamar immediately did a reverse, like reverse, nigga. Got his ass right back with it. Quite a few other bars too, because I don't think it was push ups. He talked about Kendrick's Interscope deal, and like with Interscope, you know, like Interscope in a scope, like scope of a gun, like your Interscope. And so how when Kendrick, I think he reversed it on Euphoria. He was like, you walk around like Daft. He said pretty much, you know, Daft Punk the artist.
Mm-hmm.
He walks around with a helmet, right? Like a famous something, so you can't see his face. So he pretty much Kenny was like Drake needs to walk around with a helmet because he's the one really in the scope. Pretty much saying he got a headshot on Drake, and the only thing that can save him is that Daft Punk helmet because that'll protect his head from a headshot. So it was just
Man.
man, you just gotta keep. It's like so many layered bars and shit. It's like it's crazy. Man.
Uh, and now also, this whole secret daughter that Drake might have or might not
Yeah,
have.
I don't know how much relevance or truth that is, but because it might be true. Because also there was another thing about the Drake thing, um, that Drake was saying he fed Kendrick Lamar's camp some fake information, but it's also like I don't know if you can. Well, you can say that's fake, but you put it like kind of bait him into saying that, which that might be some substance to that. But it was also like I seen that
Why?
Drake was also put money to get some receipts on Kendrick Lamar, but nothing came back. And the person that Drake paid to finally get these receipts, his name is Cole Bravo. I like it was a interview he did. I have the bookmark on Twitter, and I'll send it to you. But he was pretty much like, yeah, Drake was like at first he was like. He first told Drake, just yeah, send me 100K and I'll give you some dirt. He's like, add an extra 50,000. He's like, Drake was just willing to keep bankrolling and bankrolling because that's when I don't know which song it was, but like Kendrick Lamar was like, yeah, you put money in the streets, but nothing came back. Because Kendrick Lamar was pretty much like, yeah, I'll be out the way chilling. I don't be in the family fancy lavish lifestyle you be living. I make my music and I'll be ducked off. So yeah, ain't not really much on Kendrick. You can't really get much dirt on Kendrick because he got a small circle, really. And Drake's circle, you really like a lot of people on Drake's circle, like really are plotting on your own demise. So you're like too many people. Can't really trust them all. So I was
Well,
like, damn.
and so like that's the thing. So why it's like so Drake supposedly has this information planted, but it's like
Yes.
planted that you have a secret daughter. How's that look good on you? Planted that you're a
Yeah.
pedophile. How's that good on you?
I think it was
That doesn't.
just the secret daughter thing was a planted, but then also he came back with like I don't think it was the Heart Part 6 or something. He was like the Epstein angle I was expecting. And there was a lot of people was like, why would you be say that? He just pretty much snitched on himself some more, like you know, sex trafficking and minors, the Epstein angle. I'm like, oh, buddy, it's like he just keeps digging it. Like he already had an L serving him, and now he's just making the whole worse for him. It's like, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. And then also he was
Now,
like, yeah, you know, if he actually was doing stuff like this, his name would actually be in paperwork and stuff. But it's like, you know, people with money, they do some crimes, they just gonna pay a little bit of a fine. They don't really do. So it was like also that angle. I was like, yeah, buddy, just hang it up. You lost. Yeah, man.
well, that's
You just
why
lost.
I think Kendrick could have put out another song
Oh yeah,
after the
definitely.
Heart Part 6, but I think he knew he didn't have to.
Yeah, he knew he didn't have to. He knew he had the dub one, and now he's just probably focused on an album rollout, which will probably be coming out sometime this year,
I hope
hopefully.
so. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
so, yep.
uh, regardless, though, like I heard, like people were talking about Drake has gotten too big. He needed to be taken down a peg, regardless of if any of it is true. Uh, Now whether or not he can ever come back, that's another story. Like, kid people, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, people eventually forget things, the general public, but a lot of people they're gonna remember like more like I'm gonna say the general public, but a lot of people are gonna remember like, damn, anything else attached to his body of work, he's like, them like, damn. What is he? Because they putting up a lot of his old lyrics, like from lyrics from Scorpion, like the Scorpion album, talking about like the differences in age and stuff like that. It's like you go back to these lyrics, you like when there's a certain saying what I learned a long time ago when people tell you who they are, listen to them. Because when they tell you the first time, they keep on telling you, and it's just up to you to actually listen to what they're saying. And now I'm just like, with everything, I'm like, damn, yeah, you was saying this thing. You like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like too much receipts coming out against Drake. And the only really thing knock against Kendrick was that he threatened to have like he was because of the R. Kelly thing. He said he was gonna pull out his whole discography, but it was more like it was not so much the R. Kelly. It was like a policy Spotify changed with like a hate speech or something. So I would say it was partially that, but it was also partially for something else when I did some research on that. So overall, Drake just took a fat L. Like, and he's known. He's in the previous L was when he had beef with Pusha T, and Pusha T dropped the story of Adnan, which is his son, and like pretty much like that. And he had if you never heard that, I would suggest and you imagine look at the song album cover to the story of Adnan by Pusha T, and you'd be like, whoa. I'm pretty sure you might have seen the because it was like when Drake was a younger kid acting, so you might have seen it. But yeah, I'm gonna
Hold
just
on, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
that wasn't it. That was another beef Drake lost. He had
Oh, the
something wrong.
blackface thing.
Yep. 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 And I kind of want to like, I know it's just him as a young actor, but it's like, damn, where did he find that? And yeah,
Obs, he stayed.
yep. That's just like the
I
whole
wish I
dish
could
Pusha
say
T
more
made.
what the
That was just an
context
L.
is. I don't know. I don't know.
You said what?
I wonder what the context is. Like maybe there's some way.
I forgot what Drake said to piss Pusha T off or get a shade at Pusha T, but this was a response to what Drake said, and yeah. Yeah, it was all bad. It pretty much revealed that he had a kid and he pretty much revealed that Drake had a kid that Drake didn't want to reveal and who Drake's baby mom was an adult film star to that kid. So it just makes it even worse, really.
See, here's the problem with the picture here. And look, like I said, I'm more on his side. Like, I think mixed people are black people. That's
Yeah,
like a
they
whole
are. Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
Yep, yep. If you
But
got black in your blood, you're black.
this picture is, he's paler in complexion. There's a
Yeah, this
white
is Aubrey from
background,
Degrassi.
and he has the black face. It's just like you can't tell he's not a white guy in the picture, is the thing. If you
Yeah.
didn't know it was Drake, it would look extremely racist still.
Yeah,
I mean,
fact.
it's still pretty bad.
It's like, man, it's Hollywood makes black people do some crazy things, man. But like, I don't know what they use that for. Like, because I don't really remember Degrassi watching it a lot, but I know for sure I don't remember a blackface scene in Degrassi. Like,
No,
so like,
I think it says here it's a photograph taken by David Lee's. I guess it was supposed to be like with a sketch group or something, but I don't know if it ever came out or something.
mm,
But still, well, you can't say but still. It depends on what the sketch would have been if it was a sketch, but
yeah.
still,
But it's also the pose of him smiling with like him with the smile, and yeah, it's just like
that is that's a good.
it's
That's a
like if the Joker did blackface. It's like, and then just him smile. It's like, yeah, what are you doing? It's like the
yeah.
Joker just got even more crazy.
This movie I watched recently called Babylon. It takes place in the 1920s, and it was talking about blackface, but I didn't know like they would make some black like people who appeared on camera who were black put on
Yeah.
blackface to look
Damn.
darker on camera,
Oh yeah, makes
which I
sense.
didn't even know that was a whole thing. Uh and the way that was portrayed in the movie was way more. I mean, I can't say it's way more like I said, I hadn't seen Drake's blackface in action.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah, you
don't
just want to
know.
see that picture.
Yeah, but it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I
Nope.
think Drake, the thing is, Drake would have to come out with something super honest, super good. It has to be undeniably good. It can't be like kind of good. It has to be like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is good.
Yeah,
Uh,
great. That's the thing. You only will know how good it is like once you give it the test of time if you can keep coming back to it. So it's like to know if it's a good body of work or album, you just have to keep it's the replay value. So
mhm. And Not
yeah.
Like Us has been playing in my head often,
Oh
and
yeah,
probably
facts.
everybody's
Not like
heads
us
in
is like the summer
cars.
it's like the summer catchy anthem. And yeah, just catchy, man. It's just
Yeah, the
catchy, it's
anthem
got
of the
bars.
summer is Drake is a pedophile.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Eh.
And then he said, fan. He used the acronym for fan as freaky ass nigga need a steady ass inside. Because also not just Drake, but like people in his circle, in the OVO circle, like Baca, not nice. He had some assault cases and stuff like that in the past. So it's like not just Drake. It's like people in his circle. It's like man, they got that names in that paperwork for a public information. If you were a famous person, you did some kind of crime and you yeah, even if it's not you, it's just people you hang with. Man, them Twitter detectives, man, they're gonna find that. They're gonna find them. They're gonna find them.
Also, on Not Like Us, I guess that's actually Drake's house on the
Yeah, that
thing,
is his house. Yeah.
and all those little pins are on like it's like a predator
Now,
alert
yeah, yep.
thing.
Yep.
It's like wow, and there was a
And
shooting at his house.
yeah, exactly. And that was more of the weekends people from what I've seen and heard, like the issues with him in the weekend. So yeah.
Interesting,
I would never
interest.
would have guessed it from the weekend, man, because the weekend's just like a pop guy. He doesn't but he because also it's like the weekend famously dated Bella Hadid, and after they broke up, Drake started dating her. It was rumors of that too. I forgot about that angle.
Oh,
So yeah, Drake would just be doing a lot of corny stuff, and now it's just starting to catch up to him. People just getting tired of him.
I kind of like The Weeknd. I
Yeah,
like
the
him a
weekend
little
got some
bit,
nice stuff.
and I like his music videos too. He's a little more. He gets weird. I like
Yeah,
how weird he
facts.
gets sometimes.
He definitely be experimenting with the yeah.
And his Super Bowl show was good.
Yeah,
And he put a
facts.
lot of his own money on that.
Yeah, the fact that's a lot of times with the Super Bowl, they just give you the platform to perform your music. They don't pay you or anything. They might pay the background dancers, you might pay them, but yeah, that's just the NFL just gives you a platform to perform some of your music and stuff because it's such a
Man.
big audience.
Well, I think it's safe to say Drake is not going to do a Super Bowl ever, or not ever, but not in a while.
I don't
Uh,
maybe not ever. I don't. It probably going to be 20 plus years, and I don't think Drake ever headlined the Super Bowl.
Let me
No, I
ask you
don't think
this:
so.
Has Taylor Swift done the Super Bowl?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, besides last year when she was on the
Yeah, when she
Super
was
Bowl.
there. Yeah. I don't think she's performed at the Super Bowl. She might be performing one, if not this year, but maybe next year or something like
She
that.
might be too. I don't know.
Yeah, because her schedule, then you know what's crazy is the NFL like did a their schedule release, I think works around some of their schedule to fit with Taylor Swift's schedule with some of her tours so she could like be in the vicinity of Travis Kelce when they play and stuff. So, because that pretty much the NFL just wants the women viewership to go up, and that's their ticket is with Taylor Swift, and it's
Oh my
crazy.
god, it worked! It worked, gangbusters. People
Yeah,
online,
because you just see reporters, NFL reporters starting to cover when Taylor Swift. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Can you just
people were
report NFL
vicious.
news?
Thinking,
Yeah,
I saw Taylor Swift fans who didn't watch this. They didn't watch the season. They just wanted her, that team to win, and they were being vicious about it.
yeah,
Uh, I forgot the whole point of that. Oh yeah, well, I think sometimes with the Super Bowl, they either get someone at the the gold point of like they're on the rise. But then I do think there are people who are too big for the Super Bowl.
oh
I
yeah,
think Taylor
facts.
Swift might be too big.
Yeah, like
And
Usher.
then they also catch
Yeah,
people on either on the way down or nostalgic picks.
yep.
Uh, and I don't know. I mean, other than the fact that nobody wants to sort of see Drake right now, I wouldn't be surprised if he did in like 10 years
He might
or
have.
less. Yeah, he might do
He
the Super
might do
Bowl.
some negotiating with the NFL or something. He might.
Uh, that's just an idea. Uh, Let me see what else here. I don't know. I think that's all I can think of for the Kendrick and Drake beef. I do want to. I caught Childish Gambino recently.
Oh yeah, he's dropping an album soon too.
Yeah, I only heard one song he did. And I watched the video. Did you watch the music video?
No, I haven't. I like
Uh,
to. I'm gonna just wait till the every because I like, man, don't tease me with just one song. Because I've been waiting for this album for a minute. I'm like, man,
well, no.
just stop the whole album.
Well, I
Then I'll
heard
watch
he
everything.
had one album that was basically the stuff that he went on tour with a few years ago that is
Yeah.
just now getting put out
Yep.
officially.
And then
And
it's another
now,
thing.
yeah, and there's another one he's working on that I think so, and it's supposed to come out like I forget soonish.
I don't know. It's supposed sometime this year. They said speculated towards the end, maybe, but a lot of times with labels and pushbacks thing, you never know until it's actually just dropped.
Uh,
So
but I do want to say his newest song, like it's I think it's called Littlefoot Bigfoot or something like that.
yeah, something like yeah, we're sound ringing a bell.
It's not only is it a good song, the music video looks like it's. I feel like it's just all. It's like all of Donald Glover in that one music video.
Yep.
It's like a little bit of Community, a little bit of Atlanta, a little bit of
Now I gotta
every.
go. Now I'm finna go watch this music video to
Yes, it
see.
like literally. It's like it has the likeness of his core like Community sort of personality, but also the weirdness of Atlanta
Yeah.
and everything, and even a little bit of This Is America in there.
Yeah, facts.
It's just so cool. It looks good. It has the one from Abbott Elementary in there, and the
Ah,
main lady.
okay.
Uh,
Wow. Wow.
yeah, it's a
It's
good video. And obviously it's directed from the same director that does like all
yeah.
of Donald Glover's stuff. Hiro Morai
Yeah,
guy.
facts. Did you see Donald Glover's fit at the Met Gala? They was making fun of him because of his fit at the and him with the mustache. They're like, man, that's Donald Glover from the '70s with the R&B cover group, like some of the fits he be wearing. But
Hold
yeah,
on, looking. That is interesting. I mean, I feel like
it's not bad. It's
it's
just the mustache and
a little tame for the Met Gala. I
yeah,
mean, it's a little
fact.
oversized, like a zoot suit.
Yeah, and it's like the mustache and it's like, man, what is this guy doing? But it's not bad.
Well,
Like,
also I think he's going the Community movie. He literally should be. He's going to be on that, and I think they're doing it soon.
I wonder if they're gonna have Chevy Chase on there too.
No,
You
that's not happening. It's not going to happen.
don't think so?
I already know it's not going to happen. Joel McHale, who was like one of the main
Yeah.
guys in Community, he did an interview and he talked about how he and Chevy Chase would get in fist fights on set.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
everybody they all hated him.
Yeah,
They
and
all
I
hated
feel
him.
kind of like I was like Chevy Chase was like he would say some wild shit, but like man, after a while I got tired of Joel McHale because I just got tired of his voice. Like he would just be the one that
Yeah.
just the point guard just always have to like he would just have to. I feel like certain points on that show he just talk just to hear himself talk because he could eloquently talk. I'm like, all right, bro, you can just stop talking.
Man, Donald Glover was always my favorite in Community, and
Yeah,
then
Donald Glover and Abed.
yeah, I'm excited for it. But and also, did you hear that they're doing Mr. and Mrs. Smith season 2,
Yeah, and they're not
but
Donald Glover's not gonna be on
neither
it.
of them are coming back.
Thank God. I was like, they said I was so mad because they was like, I'm like, we're not gonna have sex. First episode. What happens the next episode? They're out having sex and they catching feelings. That's not mystery. They're killers, man. They let too much emotion. I'm like, yeah, bro, get them gone. The
I
last episode
haven't,
that was good. It was like a little shootout type shit.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't give a flip. I probably, I mean, I'll probably watch it one day, but I give less of a flip now if they're not coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm kind of glad. I was like, yeah, bring some fresher face. What if they're not gonna bring them, but I was like, man, bring Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt back, but they're too busy raising their kids. They don't need no more
I
acting
think
money.
are they even still together?
Yeah,
I don't even know if they're
they're
still
still
together.
together. I believe so. But they
Yeah.
don't even be in the headlines. I don't even see them like fit photographers or nothing. They just be chilling.
Brad Pitt was on the whole last episode of Dave. I
Yeah, I
tell
didn't
you
even
that.
watch. Yeah,
I
that's the
don't.
only.
I think it might be if it's not canceled, I don't know what's going on, but uh, there's no news about season 4
Yeah, that
ever.
third season. After all, yeah, I was like, no, it's not for me. It just
Yeah,
got too weird. I couldn't go back to it. Just forgot
too
about it.
weird.
It was just the when he was going on tour, he was at that party with all those people, and then they realized who he was. And they tried to, and then it was like because he had with his famous weird pee and stuff. I was like, all right, it's just getting weird. I'm not
Oh
finna.
yeah,
So yeah,
there there's a couple good episodes, but it just it did it lost the
didn't hit the
magic.
same.
Yeah, the one good bit was just there was more of his supporting friends and all that,
Yeah.
but it's like, all right, they're all in the room together, but then you just don't have any storylines with them. They're just there, and it's all about Dave the whole time. Whereas at least in the second season, yeah, they may not have been all together all the time, but it was like,
Gator
well,
had
something's
some-
going on with this director, something's going on with Gator, something's going on with the guy who makes his beats. You know, they all had their own thing going on,
Yep.
and it was just like, oh, well, who gives a flip anymore? Uh, yeah. Oh, and you know, it's actually funny in the finale, he meets Drake.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, I think that's a good way to end that. I think it's a good way
That's
to end it.
great. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it sucks too though. You can tell Drake wasn't actually there, is all on green screen, bad green screen. But
That's very fitting way to end it. And probably like, damn, I wish I didn't find that clip with Drake. Wish I could have got K-Dot. I was in California anyway. I just
yeah. But also, you know, he had Rachel McAdams was in there too. As a character. He dates Rachel McAdams in the show. And she comes back for like 2 or 3 episodes.
Wow.
And the whole final episode is him and Brad Pitt being held hostage.
So I might be inclined to go back to that.
I mean, I would check it out. It's not bad. It's just not. It's not as good as the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
It's probably
facts.
it's the worst season.
Yeah.
But it's not like I think he probably did too much clout chasing in that 3rd season in a way, because it's like, all right, there's a lot of stars in here, but where's the substance?
Yeah.
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 All right, I'm ending it here. I'm going to hang up. Goodbye. Oh, you want to say your things, like plug your stuff?
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff?
man. Follow me on YouTube, Goat Talk Podcast, or YouTube is Goat Talk 4L, but you recognize it. It'd be the Goat Talk sign. So yeah, add me on YouTube if you watch YouTube, and Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, the Goat Talk Podcast. Appreciate you. Good kicking it with your justice.
Yes.
Peace.
And this, you know, it's this is Left and Nerd Show. Like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. I don't really talk music that much, but I'm gonna be talking a couple of music things. Oh, okay, all right. Bye. Oh, okay, he's gone. All right. Stop.